the machine. So there's your number. You know, if you want to hack, that's the password for these credit card machines. 166-816 or Z66816. Malware is software that is intended to damage or disable computers and computer systems. So Chipotle just got hacked. Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated, according to the St. Louis Today.com, STL, said on Friday hackers used malware to steal customers' card data, including account number, expiration date, and internal verification codes from payment systems at some of its restaurants over a span of 3 weeks. Chipotle, which is fighting to recover from the 2015 food safety lapses that plummeted its sales, said it did not know how many payment cards had been affected, but said that the malware has since been removed. Okay? So this is hacking. This is a hacker. They get lots of stuff, right? They get nudes of celebrities. They get into bank accounts. They get into websites. They even get into Linux. Home Depot got their credit card machines hacked. Holiday Inn got their credit card machines hacked. Target has been hacked too. 40 million accounts were affected with the Target hack. Okay, so you got Home Depot hack, Holiday Inn hack, and there's an Adobe hack. Adobe Systems hackers had accessed personal data for nearly 38 million of its customers, names, encrypted credit or debit card numbers, expiration dates, and other information. The NASDAQ, fucking Wall Street, 7-Eleven, Carrefour, JCPenney, Hannaford, Wet Seal, Comedia, Dexia, JetBlue, Dow Jones. Dow Jones. I thought that was just a number. There's actually a thing. Dow Jones is a thing. Euronet, Visa Jordan, Global Payment, Diner Singapore, and Ingenacard. Wendy's got hacked. Okay, so hackers, there's the white hats, and then there's the black hats. But I don't like the whole color thing. It feels a little racist. I know there's light and dark. So let's call them bad hackers and good hackers. This hacker would be a bad hacker because he is stealing all this information just to take people's money from the credit cards. The information could be used to drain bank accounts if a debit card was used or to make credit card purchases, said Paul Stevens, Director of Policy and Advocacy at the nonprofit Privacy Rights Clearinghouse. An investigation into the breach found the malware searched for track data from the magnetic strip of payment cards. Most of the Chipotle's U.S. restaurants may have been affected by the breach for varying amounts of time between March 24th and April 18th. Spokesman Chris Arnold said via email, Chipotle, which operates 2,249 U.S. restaurants, is not offering credit monitoring or notifying affected customers directly as many other chains have in the past. Credit monitoring is only designed to let you know when someone is opening a new credit account using your information. Credit monitoring does not alert you when a fraudulent charge is made on a payment card. He also noted that Chipotle could not alert customers directly as it did not collect their names and mailing addresses at the time of purchase. So the hackers have all the customers' information, but the restaurant doesn't. So who's to blame here? What about the credit card company? How come nobody's pointing out how can malware just be put onto a credit card machine, taking all that customer information, when the restaurant that uses the credit card machine doesn't get any of that information? And it was the parent company, Intercontinental Hotels Group. It owns Holiday Inn, and it said that the malware attack that had happened with them was actually bigger. So approximately 1,200 Intercontinental Hotels Group branded franchise hotel locations in Americas were affected. So 1,200 of these hotels of the Intercontinental Hotels Group, which Holiday Inn is one. I would think Holiday Inn Express probably would be another. And so, yeah, the 1,200 of them were hacked. So it's not just Chipotle. 38 million. So that's the exact same, right? 40 million accounts were compromised at Target. 38 million accounts were compromised at Adobe Systems. Why would you put 40 million accounts like in one spot? You know, how many accounts you got? 40 million. Oh, just put it in that basket right there. You sure you want to put all the eggs in one basket? Yes, that always works out. So even though Adobe Systems had admitted to 38 million of its customers being hacked, it turns out that the respected security blog Naked Security revealed that hackers had published data for a whopping 150 million Adobe customers. The blog also claimed Adobe did not encrypt customers' credit and debit card numbers. So that's a lot more than Target. So Adobe got fucked up. And Adobe just like, isn't that like a computer thing? You would think that they're involved in the computer industry, that they would be less prone to getting hacked. Like Target, right? I mean, Target, where they sell a bunch of fucking shoes and the, you know, middle-class goods and shit. So, good. In fact, fuck the people who shop at Target. Who did a gasoline? There was a Heartland Payment Systems, the HPY, I guess on the New York Stock Exchange. 130 million cards were hacked. Heartland Payment Systems hack remains the largest data breach in history when it comes to credit or debit cards. But actually, 150 would have been for Adobe, so Adobe would actually beat the Heartland Payment System. Now, a lone hacker broke into the systems of the payment processing company in 2009 and was later caught and jailed. In 2013, 5 people, including the main hacker, were indicted for attacking a number of retailers, financial institutions, and payment processing firms in stealing personal identification and credit card, debit card data. The total mentioned in that indictment was 160 million cards. Other companies affected included the NASDAQ, fucking Wall Street, 7-Eleven, Carrefour, JCPenney, Hannaford, Wet Seal, Comedia, Dexia, JetBlue, Dow Jones. Dow Jones. I thought that was just a number. There's actually a thing. Dow Jones is a thing. Euronet, Visa Jordan, Global Payment, Diner Singapore, and Ingenacard. TJX Company, 94 cards were compromised. The company that owns retailers like TJ Maxx and Marshalls was a target of a cyber attack in 2006. While data for both Visa and MasterCard credit cards were stolen, the AP reported that for Visa alone, the fraud-related losses could be to the tune of $68 to $83 million spread across 13 countries. So TJ Maxx, Marshalls, you know, it's not just Chipotle. So I don't want to hear anybody being like, oh, Chipotle. Consumer Affairs reported that the company ended up paying $41 million to Visa, $24 million to MasterCard, and another $9.75 million in consumer protection settlement to 41 states. TRW/Sears, 90 million cards were hacked. So this is 33 years ago. So about 30, over 30 years ago, the New York Times reported that the password for a leading credit union, TRW, was stolen from a Sears, SHLD, store on the West Coast. That password unlocked the credit histories and personal information that could subsequently be used to obtain credit card numbers. The Home Depot hack was 56 million cards were hacked. This 2014 attack on the do-it-yourself retailers was perpetuated through a unique custom-built malware, according to the Wall Street Journal. Fortune magazine reported that Home Depot ended up paying $25 million to banks, $134.5 million to card companies like Visa and MasterCard, and $19.5 million to affected customers. God damn, that is a lot of money. So Home Depot got attacked by essentially the same way, a unique custom-built malware. Target Corporation, 40 million cards were compromised. The 2013 Black Friday weekend, which was, that would be ideal, right? Man, everybody would be using their cards in. The breach was not just a loss of reputation for the discount retailer. It's not a discount. It's the middle class. Fucking middle class. It's the Walmart for the middle class. But it was also a big financial loss. Reuters says that the company spent $290 million related to the breach and expected insurance to cover close to $90 million out of that amount. The money spent by the company included $10 million in settlement with shoppers, $67 million payment to Visa, $20.25 million to banks and credit unions, and $19.11 million to MasterCard. 90% of credit card users currently use the same password. The passcode, which was set by default on credit card machines since 1990, is easily found with a quick Google search and has been exposed for so long there's no sense in trying to hide it. It's either 166816 or Z66816, depending on the machine. So there's your numbers. If you want to hack, that's the password for these credit card machines. 166816 or Z66816. With that, an attacker can gain complete control of a store's credit card readers, potentially allowing them to hack into the machines and steal customers' payment data, such as Target and Home Depot attacks. So the big retailers keep losing credit card data to hackers because security is a joke. Everybody knows the password. Administrative access can be used to infect machines with malware that steals credit card data. The problem is that it's a game of hot potato, so device makers will sell the machines to special distributors, then those vendors will sell them to the retailers, but nobody thinks that it's their job to update the master code. No one changes the password when they set this up for the first time. Everybody thinks that the security of their point of sale is somebody else's responsibility, so basically it's really easy for criminals. There's a video out there that shows that hackers can install a credit card skimmer on top of a credit card terminal at a local gas station in less than 3 seconds. In less than 3 seconds, hackers could turn a regular credit and debit card reader into a skimmer, a device designed to secretly steal a victim's credit or debit card information. The crime actually happened so fast that when you watch the security footage, you might have to watch it again. It's only 3 seconds. That's all it took. So skimmers are a dangerous threat because whenever customers swipe their credit cards on that terminal, the skimmer will record and store the card details in it. Later, either of the two men will return and simply collect the skimmer, or they will use a Bluetooth device to transfer the collected data. Bluetooth, so they can do it from outside. With the recorded payment card data, the crooks can clone credit and debit cards of affected victims or use the stolen data to make online purchases. So the problem with having that universal password for all the credit card readers, it's basically like your home Wi-Fi. It comes with the password, and then it's up to you to change the password later. And so for a lot of retailers, they have not changed that password. So the machine resellers should be helping them rechange those passwords. Companies spend more money choosing the color of the point of sale than securing it. As Verizon concluded in a recent cybersecurity report, retailers get hacked because they're lazy. So eBay's been hacked. eBay, Target, AOL, America Online, UPS, Staples, Home Depot, JP Morgan, Sony. So also at the Black Hat Conference, they showed that you could get to a UK POS terminal, and they inserted a chip and pin card crafted with a malicious code, and it enabled them to install a racing game, and then they could play it using the machine's pin pad and screen. So the hackers were able to take the credit card machine and change the output of it, and you could play a game with it. So that's innocuous, but if you can, you can just take a card, and they can change the code, and they can play a game out of it. They can do a lot. So with that exact same hack, instead of just, playing a little game, they could also install a Trojan that could record card numbers and pins and could be extracted later by inserting another rogue card. On top of that, criminals could use the same method to fool the terminal into thinking a transaction was bank approved, allowing them to walk out of a store with goods they hadn't paid for. Finally, the security gurus took a popular device in the U.S. and used non-encrypted Ethernet communication between the terminal and other peripherals to hack into the payment device and take root control. So one easy way easy solution is just to take all cash payments. Every single marijuana business in Pueblo, Colorado, only accepts cash payments. No credit cards, just cash.